Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first rendition, or first edition, I guess, of what we're calling Tape Talk. That name might change, but that's what I'm calling it for now, where we're going to go review film about something from the previous week. This is going to be for YouTube only. We will have a podcast version, I'm sure, but to get the most bang for your buck, you're going to want to watch the YouTube video for it. These videos are going to be about half an hour to an hour, just going through tape, just breaking down what I'm seeing. Maybe we have some differing opinions about what we're seeing and whatnot, but this is mainly to be educational and to show the talent levels that are in the NFL or some players that might be questionable, right? And fittingly enough, it's Friday afternoon. We're going to talk about Jalen Hurts' Thursday night performance against the New York Giants. There's a lot to dissect here. I've watched the first couple of series on my own already, so some of this is going to be thoughts I already have, and some of this we're going to be riffing live as we watch it, and we're just going to break down what I saw at this point. So if we minimize this, we have our handy dandy NFL Pro here, and I'll be able to annotate over this, and we're just going to let the clips go. I'll try to skip as many run plays as I can, unless it's obviously a read option or something like that, where that's just a generic straight up handoff. We could skip that. Saquon, I thought, played well in the first couple of series, but obviously the running usage went down after that. This one, I believe, is also another run play. The Eagles utilized a lot of motion early on from what I saw, which was good, but it just seemed like they were running their generic shit behind motion instead of using motion to help either gain leverage or gain spacing on their run designs or pass designs and what have you, which we'll go through here. And here comes, I believe this is the first Jalen Hurts play, was this run here. Now, you're going to see, and again, this goes into quarterback play. Like, this is the right read. This is GT bash. Bash just means back away from the run concept. And the reason teams do this is to basically, if the defense bites towards the pullers or whatever you're trying to run, because usually bash is on like counter, power, stuff like that. Very rarely do you see bash concepts. Let me explain it a little bit better here, and we'll play in slow-mo. What the Eagles run here is something called GT counter, where you're going to get a down block, down block, down block, and depending on where the linebackers go, where the D tackles go, whoever comes in their path, they're going to pick up. And then these two pull. He's looking to pull and kick out the end, or whoever shows. He's looking to pull and wall up, and this may change, and the rules may change on the fly as they go about this. And what Hurts is doing, he's reading the backside edge, or whoever shows up in the edge. It could be, I believe that's Maris Leafau, not Maris Leafau, excuse me. I believe that's, I know, Darius Musau. No idea how to pronounce the last name, but played at UCLA. I know that. Depending on who shows in the edge, if they go with the pullers and crash, he's going to hand off to A.J. Dillon, and he's going to have all this green grass to the outside. If they sit, which they're probably going to do, Hurts is going to pull, and now he's got a good blocking surface going this way, right? That's kind of what you want to see, which is exactly what happened here with Hurts. So he reads it. He gets mesh. They're sitting. They're not coming on this. They're going to sit and play running back. If they were coming full force, they would have been in the box by now or flowing with the line. So Hurts pulls, as he should. And here's the first issue. I know this is tight spacing, and you don't want to put a quarterback in a situation where he could get muddled up in. But Jalen Hurts is a good running quarterback. The lane is here. It looks clogged, but it's not. He's just got to follow his blockers and have this path here. Okay. Now, granted, they're probably going to flow and they're going to get a stop from behind, but he'll at least get a gain. What he does here is he tries to bounce this. Like, the lane's there. I hate being the screenshot and stop like film guy, but the lane's there. Yep. They're going to flow and they're going to make a play, but at least you'll gain yardage. Bouncing this outside where this end has outside leverage and Drew Phillips here has outside leverage, like, that's not going to get it done to gain yardage on this play. What happens? Drew Phillips beats Devontae Smith's block, and he comes up and makes a great play. Like, it's loses 2 yards, and now instead of 3rd and 5, which is where Hurts thrives on 3rd and mid, 3rd and short, now you're 3rd and 10, where you're going to see a lot of these issues pop up throughout the game because the Eagles aren't used to being in 3rd and long, right? And it could be a Patullo issue. It could be a play calling issue. Could be Sirianni. Could be Hurts. It's a multitude of things, but that doesn't help, right? So if we watch this play here, they're going to run smash to the top, or at least a variation of smash. And then they're going to run a hitch post on the backside. Now, if I bring this back, what you're going to see is Dotson's going to run the post dig, not post dig, but it's an option depending on what the safeties do. Devonta's going to run the hitch. AJ Brown's going to run the flag, and then he's going to either run a dig, or he's going to, not a dig, but a short in, or he's going to sit down on a hitch, depending on what the defense shows. Now, Hurts, I'm not in the QB room, so I don't know if he's told to just read aside and throw to the first guy. I don't know if he's told to read the safeties. I don't know who he's being told to look at on these plays, but it's 3rd and 10. You need an indicator to tell you where you're going to throw to. You're going to see Hurts, as soon as the ball hits his hands on the snap, he's immediately going to look to this side. And you're going to see the wing on his helmet. I'll actually blow this up so you guys can see it. You're going to see the wing on his helmet is going to disappear because he looks immediately. So if I just kind of go slow motion, frame by frame, catch snap, and he immediately looks to the right. If he reads the safeties, which he may have time to do, it's going to be quick, but he'll have time to do it. He's going to see Jahan Dotson get open on the post. I'm going to put open in quotes because it's still going to be a tough throw, but Hurts can throw it. He looks right. He sees Goddard's open, and Hurts is trained over the past several years to just get it to the guy that's open and let them do the rest, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that objectively, but it's 3rd and 10. Read it out first. And yep, he's got pressure. It's quick pressure by Kayvon on they ran a fire 2 zone. Okay. And we'll go back and explain why, but he gets stuffed, right? So knowing what we know the concept, we know the coverage. They ran a fire 2 zone where they brought the edge, or they brought the corner apex. They bring him. Okerke's going to drop. That's not exactly accurate how his drop's going to go. He's going to drop to this area. We're going to get a flat here, and then we're going to get 2 deep safeties playing the deep halves. It might honestly even be a fire zone 4, right? And then I believe Burns was the other dropper here. And so they brought 2 apexes, and then they brought these 3 in. Okay. So it's an exotic pressure. This post is going to be open in that area. Okay. So if we watch this, and I'll explain why it will be open, because it's not going to look open, but I'll explain why. Okay. So Hurts is going to read. Now, if he's reading the safeties here, he's going to see them splitting, and he's going to see this middle area vacated. And I know Okereke's there, but I'm going to trust, I know it's Jahan Dotson, but I'm going to trust Jahan to get behind Okereke. And I think Hurts can make this throw. As much as I think there are limitations to his game, he can make this throw. So let's say he triggers here, because he doesn't sense the pressure. If his eyes are here, he might sense the pressure, realize, okay, I got to get some oomph on this throw. I got to get it behind the linebacker and under the safeties. Okereke doesn't start running until the ball is thrown. If Okereke keeps his drop here, Jahan's going to have this window open. And Hurts is going to be throwing at the same damn time. He's going to hit this window. Jahan's going to be open. But again, because of how Hurts is used to playing and who he is as a quarterback at this point, he does not read this out. And he misses an open target. And again, it looks like it's covered, but that's only because he's going towards the ball. Okay. So tough read, just with the pressure, but he doesn't even read it. He just looks at his first guy and he's like, okay, he's open, get it to him. Again, 1st and 10, 2nd and mid, 2nd and long even. I'm fine with that. Even 3rd and mid. 3rd and long, 3rd and 10. I don't like this personally. And again, you're going to see, yep, Kayvon wins. Kayvon runs a good stunt and he wins inside. But if he's looking inside, he's going to see the pressure and no, look at this window here. That's open. And I know Dotson isn't in frame yet, but that's the anticipation part of Hurts' game that he's been missing. Spent way too long on that play, but I wanted to just paint a picture, right? So they kick, get the ball back. And this is okay, cool. So now we're 1st and 10 on the next drive. You're down 7-3. Okay, I believe let's see if this is a pass. So they motion away from 3x1 to 2x2. Simple stick concept. Okay, this is day 1 install. Okay, they motion Smith away. They see it's man coverage. Okay, so you're going to get a hitch from here, and you're going to get a flat here. Now, from my understanding, this should be an option where if he plays with inside leverage, Smith can break out, but I'm not positive. I don't know that for sure. But if I think this offense is designed the way it should be, if he's got inside leverage, Dotson's going to break out right away, and then Goddard will take that little stick route, and you'll see it better here. Okay. You could see he's got outside shoulder here. Okay. So what he's going to do is he's going to take the inside away to free up Goddard because there's no reason for Dotson to try to run this outside when he's already here. So they're going to switch it. He's going to sit. Then he's got the flat. Okay. So let's see where this goes. Looks, gets rid of the ball. Good gain. Like it's a different concept, but similar. Read, get it out quick. That's a good 1st and 10 call. Just get chunk yardage. And I'm not going to knock Hurts for that because that's a play call. That's just standard, right? I believe this is a run. Yep, design handoff. Well, trust me, there will be a day in film we'll go over run game, but because I want to do that. I think that'd be great. Okay. Oh, Nikes. Did not mean to do that. Let's go back. So now we got 3rd and 8. You got 2x2. Motion him out. Hurts is going to read it. It's just a good stunt by Brian Burns here. There's nothing more that can be done about this. If we read the concept. Okay. We got a hitch. We got fade. And we got a short dig. Okay. So you're going to get dig or hitch, dig, hitch, go. This is a tough read because what they want to do is they want to pull the linebackers down or the hook players down to the hitches to open up the dig against this look. Because it's one high, middle of the field is closed. They want to hit this area because there shouldn't be anyone there because the hitches should hold it. And I think that's what Hurts is looking for. But the pressure gets there so fast. He also looks at Devonta Smith. Again, this is just, if this was me, if I saw one high, and I know he's playing shallow, I would be looking for the dig just based on pre-snap. But he looks to Smith. Smith isn't open. He tries to check back and the pressure's in his face. Not much he can do there. So I'm not going to knock Hurts for this. And we'll watch the end zone view to get a better view of this. But they got 6 in the box with a one high safety. The middle of the field is going to be open. Or at least the intermediate middle of the field should be open. But they run a good stunt. Javon Holland plays shallower. He can't find the dig and he gets sacked. Shit happens. Okay. All right. Now we should be 1st and 10 here. Okay. So they run a nasty look to the top of the screen. And they just run a deep out. Slight miss. We should see it better from the end zone. I don't know if was this supposed to be play action? Let's see. Yeah, it looked like it. Yeah, play action give. He slightly misses on this. AJ Brown's got to be able to lay out and make that play, I think, personally. Just based on what I'm seeing. If we run that back. Motion's out. got good leverage. Not the cleanest break, but it's a 15-yard out route. The break's never going to be that clean on something like that unless you're Julio Jones, right? So just a missed opportunity. He had the leverage, had the spacing. Whether AJ was slow out of the break or Hurts was inaccurate, is semantics at this point. Just a miss. We'll chalk it up to that. Okay, motion again from 3x1 to 2x2. This is great. This is the AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts we know. They motion to 2x2. He knows he's got the one-on-one with one high safety. Send it up to your guy. Really good adjustment, really good play. Okay. And the reason why I'm not harping on Hurts not getting this over the top and throwing this back shoulder, like if he drops it in a bucket here, yeah, it's probably a completion. I don't mind the back shoulder because he can't see it regardless. I think that's fine. I believe this is going to be a run. They go hurry up. They're all flustered. They run the ball. Okay. All right, let's see. So now you got 2nd and 4. The motion 2x2 to 3x1. Hurts has all the time in the world, finds his guy. And look, this is what Hurts does well. When he has time, he finds guys open. That's what you should be able to do to quarterback in the conversations that are being had about him. Okay, so let's see how this concept goes. It looks like he's got a delay cross. Not a delay cross, but a switch cross. Yeah, that's what that was. So they motion him away. They're going to run a switch cross concept, and he's got the post here. Let's undo that. He's got the post. He's going to come behind it and then cross over the middle here. Okay. And these routes are just used to pull away. You got the shallow from AJ Brown to pull the safeties down and the backers down, and he finds them. Okay. Do I want him to throw this a little bit earlier? Potentially. Like right here. This is the anticipation piece that I think Hurts is missing. Like if he throws this here, he's got a blocker. Everyone's coming downhill. Like Holland might be close, but that's like doing that just allows them time to catch up. Look at all of this grass. Like throw this earlier. I want to watch the end zone view just to make sure, but that's the second time this game he hasn't anticipated a throw. One, he just went somewhere else, and another one he finally got to the guy, but like right here, I know he's settled, but like he was coming downhill and he's coming over. Rip this. You have the window. Rip this. Then you have Jahan going to lead block. These guys have to 180 and turn around, and Goddard's got all the momentum going this way. This is a touchdown if he throws this ball at this exact moment. Like what's he looking at? Here, he reads right. Like he's staring at it. Look at his eyes. It's right here in this funnel. And then he's like, okay, I'm going to wait until he's dead to rights open, which is fine. But now it's instead of a 23-yard gain or instead of a touchdown for 40 yards, it's a 23-yard gain with no points on the board. Like that's where I'm getting at with my criticisms here. Like you have to be able to make that throw in the NFL. Little play action pop. Either that or it's an RPO. This is definitely an RPO. I don't know why AJ's again, this is just me offensive design wise. Why are you going to go block a safety that's 10 yards off the line of scrimmage when you have an immediate threat here who's just going to squeeze off your ass and make this play? Like, if this is Devontae Smith running this, okay, maybe. Maybe has a chance. Dallas Goedert? I like Dallas, but just poor play design. Hurts makes the right read. Good throw, getting it over Kayvon. If AJ's stock blocking this guy, let's say he meets him at the 10. This ball's here. He's going to have good leverage to get outside AJ Brown here with this guy pursuing. Yeah, he's still probably going to get caught, but instead of getting caught at the 12 or the 13, you're getting caught at the 6 or 7. Again, this is not totally just blaming Hurts. The offensive design is not good. Okay? Let's read this again. Good read. Pops it up over Kayvon. This is what I'm talking about. If AJ is blocking him, Goddard's outside here. He's got to get over the top to cut him off. He's getting to past the 10-yard line. I can guarantee you that, as long as AJ makes a good block. But AJ doesn't block anybody. Like, what are we doing? Ugh. Next play. So we got to empty with the stack to the top. Everything's covered from what I can see. Yeah, AJ Brown maybe throw a jump ball, but with the other safety there, probably not a good throw. I think he took what he could, which is fine. It's 2nd and 6. Take what you can. I don't mind that throw at all. It gets a first down. Good job, Hurts. That's a good throw. Good play. Take what you can get. Okay, I think this is going to be a run. Yep, we got a run play there. And then here comes the little shovel stuff. Okay. Little tricky stuff. That's fine. Touchdown. Cool. Awesome. They ran that last week too, or at least a variant. Like, I'm not going to rag on that. I think that's a fine play. Play design at least. But again, what have we seen? We're in the second quarter now. That was all this first quarter. Did we see anything that showed Hurts is the guy? No. But play design was also dog shit. So let's see what happens. All right, this looks like a broken play. Let's bring it back and see what happens. They run zone split with a read. I think he wants to throw to Devontae Smith here, but with the pressure, he just aborts. And I don't mind this because a lot of times linemen get upfield, and I think Hurts is, if I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, he might think, well, shit, I don't want to get called for a 5-yard flag. But if he keeps his eyes up, AJ Brown is open. But I'm not going to knock him for that. But I do want to call it out. Okay, I think this is a run 2nd and 10, which if you're running on 2nd and 10, what the hell are you doing? Yep, run. Fine. Promise we'll dissect run games more another episode. But let's see. Okay, so we got 2x2. It's one high shell. Gets it to Smith. Good yak. Good job. Get it to where it needs to go. 3rd and 7. Okay, so let's see what they run here. So it's like just crossers. Okay, so you're going to get Goddard's going to motion out. He's going to run the sick cross. Devonta's going to run the shallow. Brown's going to run a sail. And then I think he's just running something over the middle here. Yep. Gets out, gets going. Let me clear that off the screen. We can see it again. Everything's covered. That's the right throw. And you even got the rail on the backside if you wanted it. Next play. Good job, Hurts. I like that. Just get it to your open guy. Nice little play fake. Oh, this is nice. That's a good play. Get him on the move. This is awesome play design. We get the fake split. He's going to come here. We're going to get him on the deep crosser. That looks shallow. It's not what I want. Him on the deep. Him on the over. I think he's going to pull his route this way. It's going to vacate the middle. Let's see. We had more of a stop at the top, but good throw. Get Hurts on the move. This is where he excels. Get him on the move. Get him running RPOs. Like, the quick game is good when it's on. This is great. Move, move, move. That wasn't even a design rollout. He just did it himself. But because of that, opens up passing lanes. Let me go back. Okay. Let's see this. At the 39, 1st and 10. They're moving. They got a chance to score. Gets time. Works around. Gets it to Dotson. Good job. Good job making plays happen. Okay. But let's watch the concept. Okay. So it looks like you're going to get deep curls and then seams from the insides. Okay. I don't mind if they keep this short. It's 1st and 10. Essentially, you're going to get a curl. You're going to get a seam ball. You're going to get an outside seam release, and then you're going to get him settling down. Okay. I don't like how deep it is because right here, typically, this is where you get the hitches. The seams will carry. If either of these guys continue to carry out, quarterback's just got to choose. This guy has to pick one or the other. So you're going to have a seam. When you go deep like they did, it allows them to continue to expand. And then nothing's open, which is what happens at first. So he's sitting. He's trying to find a guy, but now he's drifted too deep. He's got this locked down. Okerke's just going to sit in the middle. There might be a window here, but that's tight. Even for Hurts, that's tight. So he checks, he rolls out, and then he just makes plays with his legs when he has all the time in the world because he has a really good offensive line, right? Like, that's just what happens. Let's see. See where eyes go. His eyes are glued to the right the whole time. Then he comes back left, rolls out, finds his man. Good job. Like, it's bad play design, good quarterback play. We'll praise Hurts when there's time to praise it. That's a good play. There's a good amount of quarterbacks that are not making that type of play. Paused because I had something to do. And when you have a kid, one thing turns into a lot of things, and then you lose track of time. And we went from 1 p.m. to now 6:20 p.m. on a Friday night. So we're going to cruise through this because we're only in the second quarter and we're already half an hour into this. This is the first one, so I am trying to just test run a few things. So we're going to check out the rest of this game. Okay. So this was the big curl seam concept. I want to make a correction. That might have been, oh man, really? That might have been deep choice where all receivers, depending on their DB's leverage, they either go deep or they cut it short on a deep curl. I don't like the call. I don't like everyone having an option on that. I know in the NFL, most players do have option routes on almost all the routes they do run. But I think putting all players on deep choices, in my opinion, is a little silly. Hey, so that next play was a run play. We'll show it here on the end zone view. Check it out from here. Yep, simple run play. Cool. All right, let's see this next one. All right, so 2nd and 10. Bring it into motion. Okay, so it looks like he's just trying to clear out the middle there, A.J. Brown. Okay, let's watch this again. So he's going to motion, and he's going to hit the deep crosser. We're going to have a mid spot, a curl, and out, and then was this a switch on the bottom? Let's see. Where does Smith go? Okay, so it's just a switch cross. Switch cross with curls and a rail. Okay. Was this supposed to be a mesh? Anyways, you're getting a high-low read here in the middle. If both high-lows are covered, then you have a curl route, and then you have a rail route. And if none of those are open, you can take your deep shot here to Devonta Smith. So he's going to come here, run this crosser. Devonta Smith was here. He's running deep cross, and then he has the post option, or he can go deep. You had the switch tight ends here. One ran the spot, one ran the deep curl. There's probably an option route on there, and then you had the running back running that. So you get your high-low. You have a deep option or mid option. You have a deep option here, and then a choice route on the right. At least from what I'm gauging. Okay, so let's see how Hurts reads this. Okay. So he's staring at Goddard the whole way. This is, oh man. This seems to be a theme where Hurts just stares at one side of the field or routes, and then he just doesn't go through his progression until things aren't open. Yeah, he just stares down Goddard the whole way. Like, he gets the ball there, which is fine, but that's going to, if you watch the game, you know that's going to bite him in the ass later. Okay, so let's see. So they're empty here with that same stack look they had earlier. Okay, cool. 1st and 10, just get it to your best target. I don't think we really need to dissect that a lot, but let's come back to it. You're going to have the quick out here. Yep. Just go I'm going to... Excuse me. We're going to rewatch that. All right, so this is just a pre-snap read. You're going to have the quick out, and you're going to have a clear out. Maybe goes more vertical than that. My drawings are way off today, but that's okay. Let's see. Quick out. Bang. Yeah. That's just a pre-snap decision. Solid. Again, Jalen Hurts, really good pre-snap. Probably top 5 when we want to talk about pre-snap diagnosing defenses and knowing where to go to the ball. Go with the ball quickly. Okay. Goal line. Let's see. Okay, so why did he bail so quick? Did they brought 4. I mean, they ran the same thing. Clear out. He has the leverage at the jump. 1, 2, 3, bang. Like, if he leads it perfectly, that's a score. But I don't know why he bails. And especially because now he's just scrambling into pressure. Like, it's not apparent pressure, but it eventually gets there. So just stand in the pocket. And maybe he wanted to give himself a better angle at this out. But you gotta know your routes, man. Like, and it doesn't help Jahan Dotson didn't even do anything on this. Like, I don't know if he's stock blocking and he's supposed to come back to this, or it's an option to go here based on, again, pre-snap read. But if that's the case, I don't like this play design for that reason, because you need a decisive QB where if this is covered, which it is, it's 2-on-2, and Smith is going to be jammed in the slot, right? There's no safety help over the top. None. Like, there is all blue. Okay? So you can assume 2 things. One, it's either cover 0, or 1 or 2 players are dropping into the middle here. And if that's the case, you have to know before A.J. Brown breaks that you're throwing this out here. And again, he's awesome pre-snap, but anticipation is what if Jalen Hurts had average anticipation, we would be having much different conversations than we are right now. He not even probably, he would be a much better quarterback than he is. And we'd be talking about the Eagles as a dynasty. Because ball's got to be out here. Like, he's he's like starting to move, but flat-footed, still hips turns toward the line of scrimmage, and you have this guy coming out. Like, you got to put the ball towards the pylon and just hope he makes a play. But Hurts doesn't want to turn the ball over, so he will deliberately not make risky throws, and then this happens. And then you throw a risky ball anyway because play's broken. You got to get rid of it. You want to give your guy a shot. Like, if we watch this from the end zone, it's not going to be a great view because we don't have from Jalen Hurts' vantage point. But, like, he's not even in his third step and he's already thinking about scrambling. And if that's the play design, what the hell? Like, if you're designing plays where your quarterback's not even in his third step and then he's going to roll out, like, I get it if you do just like a deep drop end roll to give your QB more space. If you have a great athlete like Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, and Jalen Hurts is also a really good athlete, but design it for him, help him, because this 1, 2, and he's already going when he's got a clean pocket. And I can guarantee you, based on the pass sets, that's not the case. This is not a designed rollout. So why is he rolling out before the play can even develop? And I'll tell you why, because there is no play to develop. Because if we come back to the sideline view, again, this is not just about Jalen Hurts. It's the offensive scheme in general. You have a stock block, screen. I think he just ran a little out, which is going to get in the way of the screen. You're just pulling this defender over there as an additional guy. That makes no sense. And then you have this at the top. So pre-snap read, I understand the idea you have to pick a side pre-snap. I don't like the play design from that aspect, especially this close to the red zone. Like, this midfield, this is a fine play, but not here. But if you're going to call it, your QB better be bang, throwing that right there right now. And that's what we're missing with Hurts. Like, here. Catch and throw. Like, yeah, it's a tight window. I completely understand that. But if he's that good of a quarterback, he should be able to make it. And then we get 4 tush pushes. Oh, I know we said no run plays. And I know everyone saw it. 56 moves so early. Was it this one? Because this is 3rd and 1. I think it was the 4th and inches. Yeah, they moved together there. And the NFL's like, oh, we're going to be tighter on it. We're going to call it. We're going to put this in 0.25. So y'all can see it. Watch 56. Before the ball is even, I'll put a big marker on him. Watch this guy. Before the ball is even snapped. I know you might say, well, the ball might have been moving. No, go watch the broadcast. Shit, we can even bring up the it was in slow motion on the broadcast view, so I won't do that to you guys. But anyways, let's get ahead of all this. Okay. They score. They get the ball. 1st and 10, 2-minute drill. Okay. This, to me, this drive was ridiculous. This is one of the indictments on Jalen Hurts. I understand you're backed up at the 7. And you got a minute 12. I think they had 1 timeout. They might have had none at this point. But if he is the guy, and you got one-on-one here, because this is what they do. They pick their one-on-one matchups. Why the hell is this not a kill hot read? I just don't understand it. Like, you're going against, like, Paulson Adebo is a good corner, but he's not A.J. Brown level. Like, I'm going to go up with him every rep. So why the hell are we running? Like, look at the safety steps. He's opening away. 6-7, everyone can have a good joke. He's opening away from it. And yeah, it's a run or they're showing run, but he's pass first. So he's most likely doing his drop that he would take if it was a pass. There needs to be a hot check to this. Again, like I said, this is not just about Jalen Hurts. It is this offense in general. And Kevin Patullo is not the guy. Okay? Did Saquon? Yeah, Saquon did get a big chunk on that, didn't he? How many yards did he get? 18 yards. Great. Play worked. Your better option was to A.J. Brown. It's process, not results. Okay? So now you got to go hurry up because you don't have timeouts. Like, is this that same concept from earlier? Here. That's exactly what it is. Oh my God. This is here, smash, or flag, curl, and then choice, depending on what he does. Same concept we saw earlier, except now you're going hurry up with it. Okay. Actually, no, this was just a drive. What is this play call? You have 50 seconds left and you have nothing going to the sideline except your flat? Jesus. But he's in the NFL, guys. So he's obviously good. Obviously good. This is why I can't stand when people are like, well, you're not in the NFL. You don't know what's going on. This is simple X's and O's, guys. Like, I'm more pissed about the X's and O's than I am how Jalen played. Like, he didn't help himself. But this is just bad. Bad all around. And we're not even dissecting the run game. This is just the pass game. Was this deep choice again? This is deep choice again. Oh my God. Oh man. It's deep choice. Everyone's verts or curling, depending on leverage. Thank God A.J. Brown is who he is. Oh my God. Like, good, beautiful, great. Just the play call itself is just bad. He's fortunate he has A.J. Brown as a receiver, or Patullo would be getting sold every week. I'm going to try to not be negative, but it's hard to when this is what we're seeing. Okay. So we're going to get the speed out from Goddard and a corner from A.J. Brown. And then we're going to get dragged from the backside with Dotson and then a clear out. Okay. So this is just switch crosses. Okay. So Goddard's going to come inside. He's going to hit one of these. A.J. Brown's going to go here. And then Devonta Smith is going to cross, and we're going to get the shallow here, and we're probably going to get a rail or a checkup route in the middle somewhere from the running back. So let's see what Jalen does. 25 seconds. They might not have any timeouts here. Did he have pressure? Why is he throwing this so early? Like, again, what, like, if he puts it on target, it's probably 50-50 if he's getting out of bounds or not. Like, if this ball's here, it might even get broken up. But just from that, he would have landed in bounds. From the spot where his hand and elbow went down. Like, right there. Clock's going to keep turning because he's not out. Right? That elbow touch before he was down. Like, I just don't understand. Were they even in? Yeah. Okay. At least they were on the right hash and called something like that. But again, you have time. And I get it. Nothing else was probably going to be open. But again, you have A.J. Brown. Again, I don't understand why they're not utilizing him now. He's out. Okay, so they go trips to the boundary. I don't mind that, but what do you run? What the fuck is this? What kind of flood concept is that? Was that an out and up by design from Smith? Here's what's happening. Vert, chip, out, out. Unless there was supposed to be a corner by design and he's got a choice on this. Well, let's see. Yeah. This was probably a choice route. He can either go flag or he can go, okay. I like trips to the boundary in this situation if you have one outbreaking route and you can clear out space. Like you get a post here, you get some form of drag to at least get a shallow crosser in your deep shot. You clear him out to clear out the space in the middle. Like I don't mind that, but when you have two out routes, that space is way too tight. Or even like a switch sail. Like you break him out, he's here, and then he's in. He comes in, up, and then out, and then you use this to clear it. Like switch sail from trips to the boundary works great, and you have a quarterback that can do it because he rolls out anyways. And on that switch, Devontae Smith wouldn't be breaking up field. He would be probably here at this point in the break, and that's a catch. Like, come on. No, I'm probably Monday morning quarterbacking, but I don't even want to watch the end zone view on that because I know what he's looking at. It's just not there because the design is so bad. Okay. Again, what are we doing? 15 seconds left in the game. In the half, you have no timeouts. This is your call. Where are his outlets? It's probably Goddard is his outlet here, or Grayson, whoever this is. No, it's Goddard. Okay, which is fine. But then why is this just an inside-out clear-out? That's a tough distance to travel for a tight end who's got to chip first before he gets out. Like, what would help him if you're going to chip is have Smith run some quick crosser, and then AJ is a sit route, and it's just a natural pick play. And then that's how Goddard gets the space. He's not outspeeding a safety. Like, he's already all over that. So now you're taking two routes vertical, which Hurts has to throw a perfect ball, and there needs to be enough separation where that carries them into the end zone. And then the only other thing you have is this. Just a deep comeback, which, like, is fine. But, like, oh my God, this is just bad play design. Like, I don't know how Eagles fans are going to make it through the season because I can't even make it through a 50-minute session watching this offense. This is bad. Okay. I think this is a run play. Yeah. Okay. I don't mind them running here because of the situation. Like, yeah, it's a loss, but start of the third quarter, you just got a 3 and out. You're trying to set the tone on your next drive, and your run game is what does it, right? So, like, I get running 2 plays in a row in that situation backed up. That's not a problem, okay? 3rd and 6. Let's see what we dial up on 3rd and 6. What the fuck? Like, it's open, but, like, we're going max protect 989? For those that don't know, 989 is go, post, go. Okay, so we'll draw it up. Go, post, might even be skinny depending on the coverage, might even be flatter like it was depending on how he gets rerouted, and a go. And there's probably a block, check release, block, check release. Okay, now it's open and Hurts just misses. Okay, but this is objectively not a good play call. Like, I'm sorry. Like, 3rd and 6, and you've called the game so your quarterback can just read something and hit it quick. Why are we changing that now in a 3-point ball game? Like, it's not just the play designs, it's when plays are being called in specific moments. This would have been great on like 1st and 10 from the 50 or after those 2 big runs, that 1st and 10 to start the game. This is a perfect time to call that. Oh, you want Jalen's first pass to be deep? Yeah, if you break off 2 big runs in a row, they're going to come downhill. This is when it works. And for whatever reason, there's a lapse in coverage and Smith gets wide open. When does he release us? I think this is just a misjudgment by Hurts, but he sees him getting bumped here. And then he clutches and throws. And he misses. Hurts is a good deep ball thrower. That's a very uncharacteristic miss by him. Let's see what he's seeing from the end zone. Gets the snap. Reads middle safety. Oh my God. Hurts actually has good process here. He looks at the safety, and that determines where he goes. And he just misses. If he could put it together, man, I would happily entertain top 5 Jalen Hurts discussions. Would absolutely entertain it. Let me go back. But I don't know where the disconnect is for him right now, but the scheme is bad. That does not help. The play caller is not a good play caller. That doesn't help either. But you're not going to get Kellen Moore as your OC every single time. The majority of OCs in the NFL are fine. They're not good, right? So let's see this. Oh, man. The offense pissed me off, but okay. So now you're down 10. Okay, so you have to push the envelope. Okay, this is fine. This actually is a decent play call. I need to do something. We've been running the ball. Let's do a little motion, and then we're here. Okay. So you get a high-low on the outside. Why isn't this ball coming out now to Goddard? He eventually gets it there, but he's bailing. It's 1 high with this corner expanding. It looks like he's staring at the safety. So he probably isn't thinking about what this corner is doing. But if you're going to, he eventually gets to it. But come on. Yeah, deep out. Deep over. High low. Think he leaks out. What are we doing? Check release. It's a good thing he has a good offensive line. It's a good thing because and I know guys are hurt right now for them, but quarterbacks would kill for this pocket when you have one guy open, another guy getting open, 2 guys taking the top off of defense to give these 2 more cushion. Ball's got to come out. Ugh. Joe Burrow would kill for this offensive line. I want to go back. I want to see what he saw. Yeah, we're almost at an hour. It's a trial run. We're going to have fun with this. We're going to see what I need to do to make this shit better next time. But it's just, I have to call it out. Have to call it out. Okay. Let's see if I'm right. Based on the sideline view, what was he looking at? Staring at the safety. Okay. Then he comes down. This has got to be Like, how many steps does he stare in the same direction? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a hitch. 7 steps and a hitch. He's staring at one guy. You have any other offensive line, you're dead by your 5th step if you're staring that much. Oh my God, dude. All right. So we got nasty at the top. Another play action. But we got... Okay, sorry. I need to redo this from the beginning. Okay. So we got a 2-man concept, max protect, and everyone releases later. Is someone here confused? Like, even Goddard's like, the hell? They're both looking there like, what are we supposed to do? Like, I know Nick Sirianni gets a lot of shit, but like, it is not normally this discombobulated. And I know he doesn't like call the offense or like really like, he doesn't want to be super involved except for, you know, a couple things he likes to do. This is unacceptable for any team. Quarterback's at the top of his drop, and you got 2 guys in the route with a check release, and one of these guys doesn't know what he's doing. And now you got to look around, and he's like, oh shit, what do I got to do? What do I got to do? And credit to Hurts, he does what he can here, but there's like nothing. Good rollout, good throw. Like, that's like, here's the thing. Like, if they just do design rollouts like this, or he just makes plays happen like this is why I say he's a game managing playmaker. That right there. This is frustrating beyond all belief. Let's see. Okay, motion to split bunch. Media pressure. Okay. What the hell happened? Motion him over. Oh, the slide just went away from the blitz. Okay, you're going to see this. He's going to take a straight drop. We're going to get slide, which he's going to end up picking him because he's going to stunt to it. And then they're bringing the linebacker late, and he just gets a free run. Does Barkley go out right away, or does he have a check? He goes right away. And it's just a good stunt call. But if there was anyone I think he was going to go to, right here. 2nd and 10, get a couple quick yards. Let's see where he goes. Yep. Scramble. Gets those couple yards anyways. Not as much as he could have gotten if this is just a good play call. Like, this is, if you know Barkley's releasing, this is the slide you should make. Just a simple 3-man slide. He's going to slide or sit depending on where he goes. Because if he just blitzed in the middle, even though the center's sliding this way, he's going to have eyes here and be able to check back. Because he's out here. So technique-wise, he should just stick his arm out as he slides, and if he feels pressure, pick it up. If he stunts on it. And if he doesn't stunt on it, his eyes would come back to this middle looper. So I understand why the slide was called this way. I would never call a slide against this look ever again if I'm the Eagles. Because if I'm the DC of whoever they play next, which I'm not sure, 3rd and long, this is the exact stunt I'm calling against this look. Especially after the motion. Oh my God. Look at this. Boom. Beautiful. 4-man sim pressure, and he's got to scramble and only get 3 yards on a play where routes were open. Third and 7, down by 10. You're at midfield. Got to have it. What's the call? Little mesh. Okay, a little mesh. Okay. So here's what's going to happen. Dotson's going to motion in. You're going to get a dig, mesh, and mesh. Probably clear out, probably a rail or a set. Let's see. Yep, A.J. Brown, clear out. Got the mesh, got the rail. Okay. So why does he bail so fast? Hat for hat. Oh, man. Just misses. Let's check this from the end zone. Nice little tech stunt on the outside. That's a damn good stunt. For those at home, he's just going to penetrate. He's going to come up and then loop in. He'll sense this pressure, and because he's getting vertical enough, he'll be able to catch him. This is just... whatever day you install stunts, this is the first one you do. Just half-man stunts. You don't even have to install the other side of the stunt when you install. When you run it, absolutely. But just a good-ass stunt. Where did eyes go? I don't think his eyes would have mattered and helped him here, but still want to know. Middle, middle, middle. Yeah. Again, just getting out schemed. Getting out called. Like Mesh, here's the problem. Mesh was the right call there. It was just a better call from the DC on the stunt. Okay. Again, you're backed up on the 12 with 16 minutes left in the game. You're down by 10. This is an indictment on Hurts if I've ever seen one. You're going to run when you've had no run game. Like, why? Why? Now, 2nd and 10. What are you going to do now? 29 seconds left. You're on your own 12-yard line. You're going to run again. I just don't understand it. Like, this is a favorable look. You have Smith motioning. No one's following, and you have 7 in the box. Quick snag. Not snag, but a quick out. You can even run a snag if you wanted to, if you're worried about this backer sprinting out with it. But, like, this play calling is just ridiculous. It looks like they're running duo here, which props to them. But, like, this is when you run the play they wanted to run earlier. When they motion him across, earlier they ran the flat screen with A.J. Brown. He went to the safety. He went to the flat. Hurts had to get it up and over Kayvon Thibodeau. This is the look you run it out of. They are 50 million yards away from the ball. Have him go to the safety to get a pin. Put Jahan Dotson in space. Let him make flop, miss, and go after the catch. That's when you call it. This exact moment. Because it's just an extension of the run game, those quick passes. Like, oh my God, man. And I thought Drew Petzing was a bad offensive coordinator. This is next level garbage. And I know it's one game. But come on. 3rd and 12. Let's see. All right. Oh my God. Oh my God. Devontae Smith's going to come out. Looks like it's just curls. It's just chains. This is all it is. It's chains. They bring him over on the motion. He's just going to find a spot and sit. He's going to find a spot and sit. He's going to find a spot and sit. And guess what? Worst case scenario, flats. if nothing's open. Here's the problem. It gets open. Let's see where the eyes are. His eyes are on Jahan Dotson. On Jahan. On Jahan. On Jahan. On Jahan. On him. Clean ass pocket. Throw it. The ball's got to come right here. Right here. He's going to know. He's going to see the space on his break. He's going to go here. Away from him. Like, what are we looking at, man? And guess what? If you're worried about him, guess what? He'd be playing tighter. He'd be in the window. You would have looked it off a lot earlier. But if you're going to stare at a route for this long with this good of protection, get rid of the ball. Throw it. And now he's at his check down. Oh, shit. Leverage. He's coming down. He's coming down. You probably could squeeze this throw in here. Because guess what? You stared here for so long, Okereke is going to sit right on the hash. Like, this is a good call. And that's awesome protection. He's on his ass. They're taking his lunch money. What are we doing, bro? And then you do that? At least roll. Like you've been doing the whole game. Don't take the easy check down on 3rd and forever when you're down by 2 possessions. Oh, my God. Very, very easy for me to say in my non-quarterback pads sitting home in my house in the dead of winter and my body's not sore from everyday practice. Very easy for me to say it. Shame on me for expecting more out of a quarterback that was getting top 5 talks this year. Shame on me for expecting more out of an offense and a regime that develops coaches and goes to the Super Bowl after firing their coordinators they were trying to home grow. And then they rehired another homegrown guy when you can't develop OCs effectively. Because if you could, this wouldn't be happening. Yeah, Shane Steichen, damn good OC. Brian Johnson wasn't. Apparently Kevin Patullo wasn't. Kellen Moore was developed with Dallas elsewhere. You haven't proven to me you can develop a quarterback yet. And an offensive coordinator. Watch this play. Good. 1st and 10, get yards. This is exactly what they called earlier. Came back to the stick. Sit, flat. Came back to it because no one traveled, and look at how far the safety is. Gee, so they do know how to play and read against safeties who are way off the ball. They do know how to take advantage of that. They just choose not to. Oh, my God. I'm going to text every Eagles fan I know and apologize for how incompetent their offensive coordinator is. Because that's what I was watching this expecting this to be. Yeah, like this is where Hurts like yeah, I haven't sang his praises. And I haven't ragged on him as much as the OC, but like, come on. This is just ridiculous, man. There's your deep shot. Got a PI call. Why can't these go to AJ? Like, Devontae Smith is a damn good receiver, too. But, like, why aren't we throwing this to other guys earlier in the game? 1st and 10, midfield, after you're driving. This is when you should take a shot. And they do. They take the one-on-one with Smith. And they get a PI. Good job. How come you can't do that in other parts of the game? Oh, man. Let's see. Stairs at Goddard. Boom. One read. Perfect. Was this a smash? Looks like smash. Yeah. Little easy smash concept. You guys, young OCs, you want to stress out corners that play off? Smash concepts. Get them screaming downhill. Get guys cheating over so they can help out get to the hitch. Guess what's going to open up behind it after you run it 3 or 4 times? This corner. Boom. And if they run cover 2, even better. Because cover 2, you'll have that honey hole. Smash should be one of the first 5 concepts you install if you run an offense. Because of this reason right here. Because you can call it when you're trying to drive the field and you're down by 2 possessions. And you just need chunk yards. That's a great play to call. And Patullo does run it. He runs smash. This is the 4th time we've seen it in this tape alone. Okay. Let's see what he does here. I think this one got tipped. Oh, no. This is the one he just... Something happens. I think they end up picking up this flag. Yeah, he runs right into him. Happy they picked this up, honestly. It's like AJ shoves him. And yeah, you can argue Adebo's in his way, but he's trying to run, and the contact here forces him to fall, and it looks bad. Okay. They ran Smith. Yep. Came back to that same concept. Because now they got the tendency he's coming downhill. Okay. So they pick this flag up. This is the one. Everyone has been dissecting this play. And it is very simple. Like it's a little cloudy because there's one high safety. Okay. And when he reacts to the motion, he needs to let this get out a little more so he can actually diagnose if it's man. And if you really want to diagnose if it's man or not, don't make this a shuffle. Make this a speed motion, fast motion, whatever you want to call it. Not this. Like, what is that? If this is a shot play, get him going fast so you could see him fast. And if he goes fast with it, there you go. It's man coverage. But this, you're going to see him side shuffle. They might be bumping this. Who knows? They might bump it. We don't know. So Hurts can't get a good tell on this. Straight from that. Now, I don't even think he knows he's pressured. I don't even think he realizes this is cover 0. Because his eyes never come over here. Because the motion doesn't give him a good tell. So he comes back here. I wanted to blame this on Hurts. And a lot of people are blaming this on Hurts. But how the play was set up does not help you for this. And then he just throws a bad ball, which is uncharacteristic of him. Give Jalen Hurts all the shit he wants. He does not throw bad footballs because he's trying to protect the ball so bad, which could probably be viewed as a negative. He's not taking risks. He's not taking shots. He's not trying to take over games. He's trying to put the ball in his guys' hands, right? That's not a bad, that raises your floor. It does not push your ceiling, okay? When guys talk about floors and ceilings all the time, okay? And here's the thing. He motions him, and Hurts doesn't even look at what he does to get a tell. He just looks right back at Steen to say, hey, let him know I'm ready for the ball. Like, yeah, they're close, but they're close because you were in you had a 9-man box on your end. You had the 5 linemen, the tight end. Yes, it's a receiver, but it's a wing, so you got to treat it. So this way you have better run fits. So you have to treat it as a 7-man front with the running back in the queue. You got 9 guys in the box. They're going to squeeze down and load this, especially this close to the end zone. So you got alert already. Hey, let's see what they're in. They're really close. I can't tell if they're going to drop out or if it's man coverage. Okay, let's slide him out and let's see. Let's do that fast. But they don't. It's just it's a little heel click side shuffle. So he doesn't think to look there because the motion, he knows the motion's not going to give him a tell anyways. So he's like, okay, I'm just going to read this out. He comes off the edge. I know there's one safety. I got one-on-one on the left side. Let's rip it. And you know what? It's a good decision. This is a good decision based on pre-snap. Great decision. He just misses. If this ball comes out here, man, probably get a first down. You might even score a touchdown if he breaks the tackle. And then it's a one possession ball game where your offense has virtually had no life. Except a couple of tush pushes and a little side hand shovel pass. Excuse me. You had life there. Hurts has been putting the ball where it needs to go up and down this field. Yeah, he's had a few misreads. Yeah, the scheme hasn't been great. But they're moving the ball. This is a statement drive. He makes the right read. Just a bad ball. And it kills any momentum that they had. Ugh. That's a frustrating play because in spite of how bad his OC was calling the game, Hurts was doing what he could with this offense. That's so frustrating. Now you got to have it. You can come back from this. I know it seems out of hand because you just had a huge play. You were so close to scoring. You throw a pick. Offense goes down and scores right away. But you still got 9 minutes. Still got 9 minutes. Okay? So what are you going to call to set the tone for this drive? To say to your guys, hey, we are still in this game. We're going to attack the intermediate part of the defense to get a chunk play and get it to one of our receivers' hands. Is it going to go to A.J. Brown? Is it going to go to Smith? Is it going to go to Goddard? Let's see where it goes. Okay? Bang. What'd I say? Intermediate middle? Wish this was a little deeper, but in breaking route coming to the middle. Yup, it's technically outside because it's on the numbers. But the intention is to hit this route in the middle somewhere. So you're going to get that same little smash. Or even just a clear out, a seam. Okay? I don't hate it. I just wish it was a little deeper. Maybe you run a dagger concept. Maybe he clears out and hits a flag. Maybe you get a smash here. Maybe you get excuse me. He hits a clear out corner. He's got the smash. He runs the seam, deep dig, dagger. Dagger smash out of empty. Your O-line has been killing it the whole game in pass protection outside of a few stunts. They're up by 3 possessions. They're not going to bring a stupid stunt at you right now. I shouldn't say stupid. But this would be a very poor time to call a 5-man stunt when you know they're going to try to electrify their offense. Guess what? Might have been there. But still, fine. Goes to his guy, does what I asked him to do. Again, that's just what I would call there. If I'm running that formation in this situation, let's see. Okay. What are these guys just not bought in? What is this effort? Devonta Smith is jogging. Because he knows he's going to read one side, and if nothing's there, he's just going to roll. So why am I going to rush my route and get there too soon? Yep, stare. 1, 2. Okay, he's out. Devonta Smith isn't even looking. He doesn't care. Oh, shit. My QB scrambling. Let me find space. Okay, he's got to get rid of it. Come on, guys. And you know what doesn't help? His effort to put strain on this guy does not help him. Okay, he's jogging. I'm not going to care about him. He's not threatening me. Okay, I'm going to sit here. Okay. I'm just going to sit and watch the QB. Okay, I'm going to go. This is bad. This is just bad tape, man. These guys get paid millions of dollars a year to play one of the best teams in the NFL. And you're losing by 3 possessions. Maybe this is why they give up. Maybe this is why. Here's another smash. He loves his smash concepts. Boom. Boom. That's a little shallow. Hitch. Corner. Going that way. What happens at the bottom? Same thing. Double smashes. Okay. Okay, I don't hate it. We're going to get a smash here with outside lev. Smash here with inside lev. I don't hate it. They go 5, 5. Okay. It's single high. Maybe have one of these guys on a choice of some kind. Just can't really run smash against one high unless it's cover 1 and your slot is a dog who's running it. Jahan Dotson a dog? I don't think so. But Hurts has the leverage. Holy shit, throw that ball. He flattens it because he knows there's one high. Oh my God. Throw the freaking ball, Hurts. He flattens it because it's one high. Throw it now. What are you looking at? I got to look at what he's looking at. What the hell, dude? Staring at the safety. He doesn't even look here. He immediately goes to the flat. It's 3rd and 3 and you're down by 3 scores, brother. Push the ball downfield. Take a risk. You're already losing anyway. If he gets picked, it's better than doing this. Oh my God. They punted there, right? Or no, they go for it. They went for it. Okay, let's see. All right, empty. Let's see. Need a couple. Spot. Is this just all hitches? Oh, this was just stick. Okay, so what we're going to get is slant, stick, and he's going to have the option to come out. He's running an out or a stop, and then he's clearing out or running a hitch, depending on the leverage. Honestly, this is a good job by Smith. This is like most other offenses, this wouldn't work. But he knows he's tight in coverage. He knows he need to press into him and then get a separation so he has space to come back to the ball. This is a high-level IQ play by Smith. Pushes it up, then gives himself room to come back to the ball where he can still have the first down. He's got 5 yards of it. Great job. And so if Hurts needed to put it somewhere out in front here, he could come back to it and still have the first down. Great job. That's awesome. Should not have been in 4th and 4 anyways, but you were there, so it's fine. The good play caller's in there. We've seen it a few times. But man, why can't you put it together earlier? Like what are you calling here? So you got just a quick check release, vertical of some kind. How's it finish? Did you really just run? Okay. Deep, post, corner, deep, probably a comeback, but he never gets to it. Man. What is this? Like, they're already going to have deeper drops because of the situation. You need to take advantage of that and at least threaten with something short other than a flat route out of the backfield. If their drops are going deep and you run, like, let's say they ran a levels concept, he would take the deep, you would have the level, and you would naturally have space because of how far he's bailing and he's already a deep route there. Not a dump off to the running back. I know it gets 7 yards, but like, you got to move the ball. You got to push the ball downfield because you're already at 7.5 minutes left now. It's taking you 2 minutes to go 20 yards when you have an 90-yard drive you got to make. 2 minutes to go 20 yards. Okay. At that pace, you are going to go another 60 yards in 6 minutes when you have 7 minutes left. Push the ball. There. Where was this earlier? Like, this should have been called way earlier. And you know why? Because they have been seeing these checkdowns these past few plays. Now they're coming up, and that's why Goddard gets open. But, like, he's looking at it. Throw it now. Throw it with some anticipation. He's flat-footed. Hit him here so he gets run. Because look what happens. Because once he gets there, that's when he finally throws it and it gives him time to travel. Throw with some anticipation. They didn't move. I took that still at the 40. He moved back 1 more yard, and he moved back 3. Throw the ball with some anticipation, Jalen Hurts. Because guess what? He be catching the ball around the 50 on the run with the safety still in the middle somewhere here. He's probably getting past the 40. Instead, he's catching the ball at the 40 and he's stopped because you can't throw with anticipation. Jesus Christ. This is maddening. This is just bad. Whatever. Okay, let's see. And then you do that to check it down. But yeah, pockets like a little bit collapsing, but everyone's holding up. Step into something. Man. Did they run 4 verts again? Okay. Here we go. Everyone's vertical. Everyone's pushing back. Okay. So there's not going to be anything here anyways. So extend. Don't just do a little dump off. It's fine. Then he fumbles. Oh my God. Like earlier on that deep choice. This is probably deep choice again. They just don't want to run it. Earlier, Hurts scrambled out and hit his receiver downfield and he got out of bounds on a very similar play call. Like, why doesn't he do that here? Is he in panic mode? Because they're down by 3 scores and he's like, I got to get the ball out quick. Oh my God. I don't think they had any life after this. I think that was actually the last play. Yeah, that was. All right. Hour and a half later, we went through a lot. My main takeaway this from, and I believe it's Kevin Patullo. I'm going to be really ashamed of myself if that's not who it is. Let's double check. Eagles OC. Kevin Patullo. Main takeaway, he is, wow. There were some decent play calls, and a few times he called them at the right time. Overall, based on what I just watched in this game, he should be getting he should be getting reamed out by Nick Sirianni at this point, because this is a theme with how he calls his offenses, and it just came all to the forefront in this game. At the same time, if you feel when your run game is not doing well and you have to run the ball because you're backed up, what does that say about your quarterback? And there were more than enough things on this tape that Jalen Hurts put out there that echoed a lot of the issues I said earlier in the season and in the preseason. Struggles under pressure. Has anticipation issues. When he's not game managing, he usually does not deliver in the same way he does when he's game managing and making big plays with his arm. When it's in a contained environment, when they're not losing by multiple possessions, when they have a good run game going, when his receivers are bought in, like Hurts is not faultless despite how much I reamed on this offense and I didn't realize how much I was going to ream on it. This was just a recipe for disaster with no run game, going down multiple possessions, the OC calling a bad game, Hurts making some decent reads at times and then not so great throws on those reads, and other times looking and staring at places that he shouldn't even be looking at and missing opportunities because of it. And this is a common theme for him at this point. I like him as a person. I like him as a leader. I think he does football the right way with, none of the BS chit-chat, side talk with other players, none of the chirping, none of that. Like, I get that's a part of the game now, and I'm totally fine with it if players do it. But I think it's even cooler when you have a guy who can just shut up, nut up, and go play football. Like, very rare there's those type of guys in any level of football in this day and age. So I really appreciate that from Jalen Hurts. I think he's a special athlete. I think he's got great accuracy on his deep balls and just overall. And that's a game that like he shines in. They just don't get to showcase it a lot. But the anticipation, struggling under pressure, not being decisive unless the throw is your first read, and then having an offense that doesn't showcase anything that you can do well. I can no longer have these conversations and take people seriously when they say he's a top 5, top 10 quarterback in the league. He's a good football player. Good football player. When it comes to what quarterbacks at the highest level do well, and I'm not even talking about the top 4. I'm talking about guys like Matt Stafford, Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott. This year, really small sample size, but Jordan Love has done a really good job of this in his third year starting. Who are some other guys? I'm going to get shit for this, but even Brock Purdy, right? Like, he's not perfect, but he's a decisive decision maker and he knows how to read a defense. Like, there comes a time you need to step up and you need to start doing these things if you're going to be an NFL quarterback that leads a really, really good roster and a damn well-run organization. It's got to come out at some point. And I hope it does. Because I would love to be proven wrong. And I would love for people to tell me to shut up. And I just go back to the drawing board and I see things that I'm missing. But from what I'm seeing here in this hour and a half session, echoes all of the concerns I've had with him since he came into the NFL. Like, he's evolved his deep game and that's helped him. But a lot of the stuff I've said this podcast is still glaring issues that he's had, and he's now in year 5 as a Eagle. I think it's actually year 6, but it's year 5 starter. He's got to figure it out. So anyways, that's the first edition of what I'm hoping to make a weekly series, Tape Talk. We're just going to go through, talk about one part of a game. I needed to bring up what just happened in that Eagles game with Hurts. I think that's a good starting point for the series, especially given a lot of the commentary we've had over the past couple of months about this. But If you guys like it, feel free to put your thoughts down below. Feel free to reach out to me on my socials at Jordan Laube Football or Jordan Laube FB on Twitter or X, and then the.jordan.laube on Instagram. I'm active on both. Feel free to reach out on both. We will see you guys next time, which I'm hoping we do some defense stuff. That would be really cool. We got a good taste of it with a lot of the stunts and fire zone blitzes that the Giants did, which were really nice and unique and called at right times. Would love to dissect something like that for next week, which is going to be the plan. Just want to make sure we pick the right game for it. So appreciate you guys checking in, and we'll see you next time.